Good morning. Just getting this plugged in. I forgot to plug it in last night. All right, cool. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, you guys. We'll get started in just another minute or so, a couple minutes. Don't need anything but your mat. It's always nice to have a block around, but not necessary by any means. So no worries if you don't got one, but a book or something will work like that just as well. And then, yeah, we'll hop on the mat in just another couple minutes. So yeah, good morning. Just a mat block again, like I said just a minute ago, and then we'll hop on to our mats and begin our practice. Today's practice is our 26 and 2 plus, so it's based out of the Gauche lineage or Bikram, and we do that, and then just some extra stuff, some extra stretches or some extra strength, and we just kind of explore a little deeper some of the postures from that traditional sequence, and add in some extras that sometimes are complementary and nice. And yeah, we just have a little bit of fun and play. So excuse me. If you have a playlist that you really like that's just kind of chill, I think that it's nice to have a little something in the background that is sort of neutral, and then yeah, just kind of allows you to drop into your practice zone in a really nice way. So yeah, just one last minute, and we'll get started. So I'm gonna grab some water. Excuse me. All right, well, good morning. It is that time, so we're gonna go ahead and we always begin this practice. We refer to it as 26 and 2. Lots of people do or don't. I mean, it has so many names at this point, but we do the similar 26 postures and 2 breathing exercises. And so we're going to begin with our breathing exercise, one at the beginning, one at the end. And we're going to start with some strong, deep breathing just to kind of wake the body up, wake the lungs up. Really helps to integrate the mind and the body together as a unit so that you can really get in touch with your body, really get in touch with it sensationally, understanding that, it kind of has a mind of its own, right? Haven't you ever had those moments where your brain is like, no, 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 or yes, 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 and your body doesn't respond the same way? Either your body does it and it's amazing and you're like, what the heck, I had no idea I could do that, or it doesn't do it and you're like, wait, why can't I? Our bodies are amazing, incredible things, they're hard to explain, right? They do so much on their own. And so our breathing exercise really helps to integrate our mind and our body together so we can allow it to function with a lot more energy and a lot more stability. So Beginning with our breathing exercise, we'll start standing. And I'll give you a profile. I'll show you head on, but then I'll profile it so that what it looks like as we move throughout the practice. So you'll start with your feet together, toes and heels touch side by side. You stand up nice and tall, interlace grip underneath your chin. So all knuckles, including the thumbs, cross. Knuckles come underneath your chin. Thumbs rest softly with the back of your throat. You'll exhale completely to begin your first breath in, and then on your first breath in, you'll pull your elbows up, chin stays low, pull the air in through your nose, fill your lungs till overflowing, and then exhale a noisy H-A ha like you're fogging up a mirror. You press your palms. Then your wrists, forearms, and elbows come as close as they can away from your chest. They don't necessarily need to touch on the exhale. What's most important is that you're exhaling all the way. As much air out of your lungs as you possibly can, and as much air in your lungs as you possibly can. You're working your lungs like a muscle through this breathing exercise. So start to think about the same way that you would lift weights in biceps or do squats or any of those things. You're working your lungs to create more elasticity, more malleability, and then more capacity. So you have more oxygen in your body to think, to breathe, to thrive, all of the things that it's important for. So really focus on that inhale and exhale being super full and super empty, and you'll notice very quickly that your body and mind start to feel really amazing. So let's go, without further ado, let's jump on in. Feet together, eyes close, interlace your grip, cross your thumbs, knuckles underneath your chin. Bring your chin parallel to start, look forward out in front of you, find a nice steady gaze. And then exhale, empty your lungs all the way. Begin, breathe in through your nose, stretch your elbows up towards the ceiling, keep your chin parallel with the floor, make your bottom half strong. Squeeze your glutes, press your inner thighs together. Exhale, look back behind you, make a noisy H-A ha like you're fogging up a mirror, pair of sunglasses. Inhale through your nose, chin down, elbows up. Exhale, noisy, look back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, breathe deep, start to hear the breath coming in through your nose, constrict through your throat so you can focus on the sound of your inhale, let it entrance you. Exhale, let it be noisy, and try not to be shy. Just let that breath out with as loud and as obnoxious of an exhale as you can. Press, press, press. Inhale. You're regulating the breath coming in, so what you're doing is you're actually lengthening your breath, and by that lengthening your life. Exhale, look back slowly. Exhale, take your time. See if you can wring your lungs out like a wet rag. Be meticulous about emptying your lungs. And the same kind of meticulous as you fill your lungs up. So breathe in, chin down, elbows up. Start to expand your rib cage, unsticking your ribs, unsticking your spine. Exhale, look back behind you, engage through your abdominal wall. Contract your abdominals to wring your lungs out. See if you can empty. Empty, empty, fill up, breathe in, chin down, elbows up. It's normal for your head, neck, or shoulders to feel a little bit uncomfortable as you work through deep-rooted tension, bring it up and out of your body. Exhale, look back behind you, starting to relieve that tension, work your elbows close, releasing through your upper back and shoulders. We'll do 3 more here. So inhale, breathe deeply. Notice your body filling with oxygen, starting to awaken your mind. Sometimes even a little bit of a dizzy sensation happens. Exhale, look back. You're super saturating your body with even more than enough oxygen that your body needs to move throughout practice. Last one, big breath. Inhale, chin down, elbows up. Biggest breath yet. Fill up, fill up, fill up, fill up, fill up. Exhale, slow and steady. Let it be your longest, your deepest, your most empty exhale. You breathe so far today. And when your lungs are empty, your elbows come to their closest point. Release your arms. Roll your shoulders. Lick your lips. Swallow a couple of times. Settle in to these final few moments of your breathing exercise. And then throughout the rest of class, just nice, calm breaths in and out through your nose. together, thighs close. Inhale your arms over your head. Interlace your grip, release your index fingers, cross at your thumbs. So you got a nice, strong grip over your head. Breathe in, lift up, and then just go from right to left. Right to left, left to right. And you're just kind of stretching things out a little bit. And then as you pass through center, see if you can stretch up more to go right to left. Good, and then back to center. Squeeze the heel of your palms together. Shift your body's weight to your heels, lift your chest, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, up and over to the right. Push your hips off towards the left. So you create a really long, achy stretch down the left side of your body. And then roll your right shoulder forward, pull your abs in nice and strong, and keep driving your hips off towards the left. There's still this little bit of lift through your chest, so as you inhale, lift and lengthen. Off towards the right. As you exhale, you can push your hips a little bit deeper. Roll your right shoulder forward, left hip forward. Change, come back through center. Take an inhale, stretch up. Exhale, up and over to the left. Create as much space as you can on the right side of your body this time. Hold your abs in. Slide your left shoulder forward, right hip forward, and both arms back. Squeeze your thighs together, squeeze your glutes. Use the strength of your abdominal center. You just spent all that time waking it up to keep you lifted. So reach to your left fingertips, push through your right hip. Inhale, come back through center, and exhale, take a deep breath and look back. We'll start with a backward bend. Could possibly be your first one of the day, so take your time. Deep breath, stretch up. On your exhale, start to go back. Any amount, be fearless, trust your body, go back. Come back through center, inhale, and exhale, fold forward. Take a moment to pedal out your heels a little bit. Lift right, bend right knee, left knee, shake your head a couple of times. A few yeses, a few nos, just some free movement here. Just releases the low back. You can even bend your knees. Sometimes that feels really good. And then just take it from side to side. And then let's do this. So straighten out your legs for a moment, but not all the way. You'll take a nice big bend in them. And reach from behind to step on all 5 fingers of each hand. So if you need to bend your knees a lot to do it, bend them a lot. Grab on as best you can. If you can't quite grab onto the heels, it's fine. Ankles or calf muscles, just really focusing on getting your upper body to sandwich against your lower body is the first. And then all the other stuff is going to come in no matter what. So push your upper body against your lower, bend your knees a little or a lot, grab on, get your grip, ankles, heels. Eventually, work your forearms behind your calf muscles as best you can. Take an inhale with your knees bent. On your exhale, slowly begin to work to straighten your legs. Keep your upper body sandwiched against your lower. See if you can start to rock your body's weight forward. Work to stretch the top of your head down. Find some space. Wrap your forearms behind your calf muscles again. Work to stretch the top of your head down. Find your breath in your body. Notice the space that you're creating on the back side of your body here. Reversing the stretch in the back of the front side of your body. Keep breathing, stretch the top of your head down. See if you can work your body's weight forward just a little bit more. Reinforce the grip on your heels. Wrap your forearms behind your calf muscles. Lengthen, stretch, breathe. Change, release your grip. Inhale, come up. All the way to the top. Exhale, release your hands, stand tall. Similar but different for the second. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Clasp your left wrist with your right hand and tuck your left toes behind your right. Now your feet can be more or less open, that's up to you. Breathe in, lift your chest. On your exhale, side bend towards the right. So push your hips out towards the left. This time you can maybe more, even more, feel that sensation on the left side. Roll your right shoulder forward, push your hips off towards the left. Again, feet can always be wider. If you need a bigger base, make it. Good, come back through center, uncross, and switch. So this time you'll clasp the right wrist with your left hand, and right toes come behind your back, behind your left foot. Breathe in, stretch up and over to the left. This time, left shoulder forward, right hip forward. Use the strength of your left arm to pull your right arm up and over. Inhale back through center. Exhale, uncross. Let's take one more backward bend. You can bring your palms together or interlace your grip, whatever feels more comfortable. Bring your best back bend to you. Breathe in, stretch up. On your exhale, go back. Change, come back up. Use your exhale to fold forward. You can take as big a bend in your knees as you need. Okay, one last time. You can pedal out your heels if you need it, if you want it, if you gotta have it. And then let's do our forward fold one more time. This time you have an option to play with the grip a little bit, and you can take your palms flat on the backs of your ankles. So if you want to challenge your grip, palms flat, use the strength of your abdominals, your forearms to stretch the top of your head down, lengthen. Rock your body's weight forward, sandwich your upper body against your lower. Again, if that means keep your knees bent, keep them bent. The first and foremost is the compression of the front side of your body. This will help to protect the back side of your body so you can stretch a little bit more. So as you rock your body's weight forward, firm up your quads, hold your abs in, see if you can really create that stretch at the top of your head down. Start to notice that stretch, right? You might even be able to feel it from your tailbone to the top of your head. Look for more sensation. Hold 3. Deep, steady breaths. 2. Stay with that uncomfortable feeling for one more breath. Stretch and lengthen. Gently release your grip. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms with your ears on a breath in, and as you breathe out, release your arms. Okay, open up your feet. A little wider than your hips. Let's do this. Warming up the bottom half of your body with awkward or chair. Feet parallel to each other. Really be particular about the placement of your feet when it comes to, I guess, everything. But especially, particularly when you're in posture, that alignment is going to directly affect the rest of your body. The alignment of your feet will affect your hips, will affect your shoulders, will affect everything else. So really be particular about the alignment of your feet. Make them even, make them parallel with each other, and even with the hips. It's about 2 fist width distance approximately. Arms up. Reach your fingertips forward, relax your shoulders, take an inhale, chest up. Exhale, sit back, sit down. So keep your feet flat, drive your hips back, sink your hips low. Breathe in to lift your chest, relax your shoulders. Hold your low abs in. So notice that little arch in the low back. See if you can just very gently tuck the tailbone under a little, enough to engage the abdominals. Push your hips back, reach and stretch to your fingertips, relax your shoulders. Hold, and then breathe. See if you can sink your hips lower while you reach your fingertips forward. Maybe even push your hips back. Make sure you keep holding your low abs in. Little bit, lift your chest. Even more, relax your shoulders. 3, 2, drive. All the way through your heels. Keep your arms there. Come high to your toes, as high as you possibly can. So press up into your big and second toe. Relax your shoulders. Work your heels as high as you've got. Do your best to stay high on your heels. You fall out, you get back in, no problem. Keep your heels the highest high you can, and slowly start to hinge only from the knees. Sink your hips till your thighs are parallel to the floor. Start to lift your chest back. Relax your shoulders. So work your heels up and your knees up. If they fall, keep working them higher. If they keep falling, stop moving your hips for a little bit. Work just the heels up and your knees up. Heels up, knees up, chest back. Heels up, knees up, chest back. One more time, heels up, knees up, chest back. Change. Push through your toes. Release your heels. Keep your arms there. One more. Come a little bit off your heels. Press your knees and your thighs together. Squeeze your glutes, spine straight, slow. Slow, 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 slow. Come all the way down. Take your time. Come down with control, as much control as you can possibly create, till you have between 1 and 2 inches in between your hips and your heels. A little bit, tip your knees forward and down, relax your shoulders, squeeze your thighs together, hold your abs in. Stay focused on your breath. You got everything you need right here. Excuse me. A little bit, tip your knees, squeeze your thighs together. Here we go. Keep your spine straight. Reach up all the way, slow, 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 slow. Just as slow as you went down, give yourself your absolute best, and then release your heels. Feet together, stand. Inhale. Exhale onto your left. So swing at the elbows and at the wrists. Hands towards each other, so your thumbs are towards your face, and then you palm. Pull your elbows up, Lift your chest. You may interlace your grip and work your elbows. I can interlace. I don't really want to scratching noise the others. So work your elbows nice and low. Shift your body's weight to your left leg. Pick up your right and cross it up and over. Now your foot might wrap. It also might not. If your shoulders are ever feeling really snug, you can always wrap for the outsides of your shoulders and just use that lever to start to open things up. They will open. Take some time though, so be patient with yourself. Start to lift your chest. Elbows lower, lower, lower. So you start to open up all this space through your upper back, your shoulders, and then push down through your right leg. This helping to open up your hips, knees, ankles, but also cellulite, varicose veins, flushing out your lymph nodes. The list is long of things that it's helping to benefit. Good, unwind arms up. Right into the left side, left arm under right, cross your elbows. Then at the wrists, palms come together. Work your elbows nice and low, sink your hips. Shift your body's weight right, pick up your left leg, cross it up and over. Again, it might wrap, it might not. No worries, you might have one leg that wraps and one leg that doesn't, like me. It's all good. Nothing that can't be fixed. You know, one side might do it, the other side might not, no problem. Nothing that can't be stretched out. Sit low. Chest up. Work your hands back in line with your nose, back in front of your face. If you have a mirror, start to line things up from your fingertips, knees to your big toe. In line with your nose, in line with your belly button. If not, start to just see if you can know where your belly button's at, know where your nose is at, and create a little bit of balance there. Unwind arms up. And then exhale, release your arms and stand tall. Okay, we're moving on to some more balancing and into our balancing series for this practice. Standing head to knee is first, Dandayamana Jani Shirasana. Tighten up the left leg. So rock a little bit of your body's weight forward, even out your distribution between the three corners of your feet. So from your big toe to your pinky toe to your heel. You got a nice little triangle there. So left leg strong, right leg's up. So start by getting comfortable with this foot. Flex your right toes up. Stand up as tall as you can. And just for balance sake, rock a little bit of your body's weight forward and then back. So you can take your hands on your hips if that feels most comfortable. Whatever you want to do with your hands really for now. And then just rock back and forth. And see if you can feel all three corners. Get really interested about it. Even notice like where you're starting to fall out a little bit. This will be important information. And then nice and slow, you'll just bring it back to a neutral so you can stand up nice and tall. Again, notice that even distribution of weight. And as you rock the body's weight forward, you will be able to more engage your glutes, which will support the rest of your movement. Oftentimes the glutes just fall asleep completely, and then it's really hard to turn them back on. Not impossible, totally possible. Just sometimes challenging. So nothing wrong with a little bit of challenge, right? Little flex of your toes, stand up tall. I guess that's why we're here. Hold your belly in and then round down, grab on underneath your foot with an interlaced grip. This might feel like enough, but this also might feel like enough. So if you need this point, take it. And if you're still working on the balance, be right here. Tap and then come back up. If you grabbed onto your foot, interlace the grip, make it strong a little bit. Drive the right heel out so your knee and heel are in one line. Hold your abs in. This might be enough, but if you want more, drive your right heel forward. Till both legs are straight, drive through your heel, pull your toes. Hold your abs in. Once both legs are straight, like an upside down letter L, elbows then lower. You'll squeeze your elbows in, drive your heel forward, pull your toes back, and hold. Take a moment, take a breath. Drive through your heel, pull your toes, find your breath, find your balance, look at one spot, focus, meditate. The same way you went in, you come out. Release through the elbows, bend at your knee, release your foot, stand all the way up. We'll do it again on the left side. So right leg is strong this time. Firm up your quad, lift your left leg off the floor, rock and roll your body's weight rather. So to all three corners of your feet. Woo. You fall out, you get back in. Right, you kind of want to feel where your natural tendency to fall out is, because if you start to know that you always fall out to the back right corner, then you can start to shift the body's weight to the upper left-hand corner and reverse some of that tendency to fall out that way. That's what this is about, you guys, about paying attention to our bodies so we understand our natural tendencies and then we can correct them physically, mentally, emotionally. This is why this practice is so important. With your right leg strong, stabilized, Stand up tall, inhale. Exhale, grab underneath your hamstring or underneath your foot. This practice helps to remind us that we have more power and more capability to control our bodies, our minds, our thoughts, emotions than I think we ever take actual credit for. So start to get in touch with how incredibly capable you are. And when you're ready, drive your left heel forward. Drive through your left heel, pull your toes back, straighten out both legs. Focus, strong, and both legs straight like an upside down letter L, the integrous. Drop your elbows low. Squeeze your elbows in, pull your toes back, drive your heel forward. Hold and breathe. Keep working to straighten your standing and kicking leg. Drive through your heel, pull your toes. Good, back it out, elbows, then bend at the knee. Release the foot, stand tall, and place your hands on the small of your back. Give yourself a little backward bend. We do it again. Left leg strong, right leg up. Let's go right into it. 5 strong, chest up, inhale. Exhale, round down, grab on. Interlace grip underneath your foot. Hold your abs in to protect your low back. Once you feel steady on your standing left leg, drive your right heel forward. Both legs straight like an upside down letter L. If you want more, it's optional. It's not mandatory. Elbows lower. You're going for your edge, no one else's. We all change, evolve, and grow at different rates, so drive through your heel, pull your toes. If you want even more, tuck your chin, round your shoulders, touch your forehead to your knee. If you're touching your forehead to your knee, both legs are straight like an upside down letter L. Nice and slow, take your time backing out. Feet back together, stand up tall. There's one thing that I always really like to remind my students, and honestly myself, is that there is nothing magical that happens when you touch your forehead to your knee, for example, or when you get into full splits, or when you get into whatever your dream posture is. There is nothing overly magical that happens. You just keep going. And I think there's just this misconception that if you can do a handstand, or you can do the splits, or you can contort your body in other ways, then you've accomplished something. Maybe, physically, sure. But if your mind's still crazy, then it doesn't matter. So do the work here, no matter what it looks like physically. It is doing the work mentally and emotionally, and eventually physically it'll show up because your body will feel better, and then your mind feels better. So keep doing the work no matter what it looks like. Round down, grab on when you're ready. Progress happens at its own rate. When you're ready, drive your left heel forward. Both legs straight. Once both legs are straight, lower your elbows, squeeze your elbows in, drive your heel forward, pull your toes back. Stay strong with both legs straight. And if both legs are straight and elbows sink below your calf muscles, tuck your chin, round your shoulders, and touch your forehead to your knee. Take your time backing out. Stand up tall. Release your arms. Little backward bend, hands on the small of your back. And then stand up tall. Next posture is going to give you lots of backward bending. So let's jump right on in. I'm just going to flip directions so you have a better view. So with your right palm up, release your right hand down. Pick up your foot from the inside. And if you have to pick up from the outside, you'll just walk it around to the inside. Middle finger at that bend, that little notch in your ankle, and that way you create a nice little lock. Left arm comes up. You know, some days are harder to balance. Left arm comes up, draws back, squeeze your knees towards each other, but let your right shoulder sink back. Breathe in, reach your left fingertips really, really as high as you can. Get tall, tall, tall. Kick into your kick back, kick up. Reach through your left fingertips. Kick into your forward. Stretch forward, kick back. Kick, kick, and back it up. Stand up nice and tall. And we just do it on the other side. So left arm comes out, palm faces the ceiling. Right leg is strong, release your left hand back. Grab on from the inside. Bring your right arm up. Palm faces forward, elbows in, knees are in nice and close. So left shoulder drops back, right shoulder comes forward. So inhale, stretch, 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 reach, 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 reach. Exhale, kick back, keep breathing. Kick forward, reach forward, kick back. Kick into your hand, let your left shoulder kick back by the strength of your kick. Reach through your right fingertips, kick, kick, and back it up. Stand up tall. Let it go. Okay, we're gonna do one more. Let's do it off to the right. Just get that backward bend, right arm out, left arm up. Pick up your right foot from the inside, knees together. Pull your left arm back, relax your right shoulder back, breathe in, stretch up. 20 seconds, go get it. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back it up. Let's finish it off on the left. Last 20 seconds here. Left arm out. Almost done with the balancing series. Pick up your left ankle, right arm up. Knees are together, breathe in, stretch up. Kick back, kick up. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back it out. Stand tall. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big step to the back of your mat and towel. Tula Dandasana. Last little bit of the balancing series. So here we go. Inhale your arms over your head. Interlace your grip. Release your index fingers. Cross your thumbs. Big breath in. Stretch up. Right foot steps forward. A big step. Shift your body's weight into your right leg. Pick up your left and slowly, like a teeter-totter, lower your upper body and lift your leg. Stretch and reach through your fingertips. Left hip starts to lower. Abs are in nice and strong. Right leg is strong. Stretch your fingertips forward. Pull your toes back. Focus on your breath like a great big tug of war. Here for 5, 4, 3, stretch, 2, and 1. Bend the right knee, step back. Keep your arms over your head. Left side, inhale, stretch up. Left foot steps forward. Rock your body's weight into your left leg. Pick up your right toes. Slowly start to hinge from your hips. Reach your fingertips forward. Relax your right hip down. See if you can stretch forward and back equal and simultaneous. Standing leg strong. Pull your belly in. It's okay if your straight is this. And it's a little bit on a diagonal. Eventually it might be straight. Don't worry. Take your time. Rather than it's straight than kind of this sort of bent in situation. So create as much length as you can. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then step back, feet together, release your arms. Big breath in and a big breath out. Let's do that one more time. Get your heart rate pumping. Let's go 10 seconds. But those 10 seconds, I want you to give your absolute very, very best. Here we go. Arms up. Interlace grip, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs. Breathe in, lift your chest. Right foot steps forward. Rock your body's weight forward just like a teeter-totter. Come down. Find your best. Go 10. Stretch 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step back. Arms stay with your ears. Breathe in, stretch up. Left foot steps forward again. Rock your body's weight forward. Straighten out your right leg. Go hinge from your hips. 10, 9, 8. Keep stretching. 7, 6. Hold your gaze. 5, 4. Are you breathing? 3. Stretch. 2, and 1. Step back. Release your arms. Stand tall. Big breath in. Big breath out. Okay, take a turn. On the edge of your mat, inhale your arms over your head. Right foot takes a big step out to the right. 4 feet or more, arms come down. Feet are parallel to each other unless, feet are a little bit turned in rather. Otherwise, if you have any low back stuff going on, things like sciatica or chronic low back pain, keep your feet parallel to each other. Breathe in, lift your chest, arms wide. Exhale, fold forward from your waist. Right away, reach for your heels. Same way you did in the first stretch, step on them. If you can. If you cannot today, you can grab for the outsides of the feet, maybe step on those. Grab for the ankles, calf muscles, really chatty hamstrings. Hands go underneath the shoulders. Eventually, as you rock your body's weight forward, you'll be able to walk the hands back. So just keep working that grip wherever you've got it. Now start to find the stretch on the back side of your legs. Find a little bit of chatter from your body, so rock it forward. Relax your shoulders, pull them away from your ears so you can stretch the top of your head down even more. One day the top of your head touches in between your two big toes. Lengthen from your tailbone to the top of your head. Find your stretch. Big breaths. Work your elbows back towards your calf muscles and shins. And then release your grip. Inhale, come all the way up. Right foot steps back, arms up. Release your arms, stand tall. We'll take one more variation this time, utilizing reverse namaskar, so reverse prayer behind your back. And I'll show you what it looks like and a couple of options that you can take. So if you're taking reverse prayer, hands come behind your back, fingertips touch, and then you slide them up towards your head till your palms come together. This is one option. Option two would be to grab for opposite elbows, and we'll fold forward from there. So either one of those grips, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Inhale your arms over your head. Right foot takes another big step out to the right. Adjust accordingly, right? You were just here. You know if you need maybe a little wider stance or a little closer stance. And then your reverse grip. If you don't like the grip at all, just grab it like you normally did. No problem. Some days the shoulders aren't calling for it. Other days they are. So this will force you to do a little bit more active work for your stretch, but feels really good. So here, let's do it. Chest up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. So keep using your breath. The more that you can think about exhaling to stretch the top of your head down, the more space you'll create. And I find that it's helpful, at least at first, to start looking down at where you want to go. Because if you're not looking at it, then it's really hard to get there, right? If you don't know what you want, how are you going to get what you want? So start thinking about what you want. Do you ever want to touch your forehead to the floor? Do you ever want to feel that sensation? It's okay if the answer is no. If the answer is, I just want to be able to do blank, let that be your thing then. Start to look at it. Start to imagine yourself doing it. Stretch and lengthen. Hold. 5. Keep finding the strength. Keep finding the stretch. 4. There's still activity here. 3. Quads are tight. Belly is in. Stretch. 2. Last one. Big breath in. Stay. Your exhale 2. And then use your inhale to come up. Big in. Step back. Release your grip. Let go. Okay, take a step out. That's about half the size that you just did. It's a little while all the way down into Malasana. So this might, and if it does, rock forward onto your hands, open up your feet wider. Okay, you might be able to come down from here. This is sometimes a little bit more manageable. Other option is to come up and keep your hips lifted. Come down to your best and then just kind of hold it. And you can press your elbows in, palms to the center of your chest. You may have to back out, give it a release, and do it if you need to. We're gonna be here for a few moments. Press your palms together, lift your chest and lengthen. So you're using the strength of your elbows to open up your hips. Nice digestive path, really good for everything, to be perfectly honest. This is a very natural range of motion, right? I've talked about this in a lot of my classes. We just sit in ergonomical chairs all the time, so it becomes a very unpracticed position, but it's most certainly a natural position for us. So the more we practice, the easier it gets. That's it. Couple of breaths here, stay with it. We're gonna add a couple of twists because the twists are really important for releasing tension from the low back. And I just feel like we have just done so much sitting in the last few months that the front side of the body and the low back is just tender. So we're gonna add in some extra twists and stretches to just kind of create some very necessary space, I feel like. Right hand reaches out towards the right, and you'll reach the left arm wide. Now, as you do, make sure you keep pushing that left knee out. Let your left hand come back as far as you can and keep looking for your left fingertips. Good, very gently come back through center. No sudden movements, right? Left hand comes off towards the left. Right arm reaches up. And then again, work the right knee out. Reach through your right fingertips. Look over your shoulder. Add effort to your practice. It's as hard or as easy as you make it. Slowly come through center, most of the time. Slow and steady. Just take one more big breath in. One more big breath out. This time, walk your hands forward and round your shoulders forward. Just last little bit. Let your chin sink towards your chest. Keep working your knees wide. Stay with your breath. Let yourself stretch down as much as you can. Good. Gently rock forward. Slowly lift your hips. Just take a breath with your head below your heart. And we're just going to right away walk your hands to the back of your mat towards the left or to the right. It really doesn't matter. Up for separate leg head to knee. So open up your feet about 3 feet. Toes, back toes point on 45. Front toes point on a straight on line. Lengthen, look forward. On your exhale, tuck your chin, round your shoulders, touch your forehead to your knees. Squeeze in tight. And then as you do, if you tented into the fingertips and your hands are open and apart, start to work your fingertips a little closer together. You may one day be able to bring your hands together into prayer with your chin to your chest and your forehead to your knee. Please note that first and foremost is the connection of your forehead to your knee, and then everything else will start to fall in line. So if you have to bend to the front knee in order to get that forehead to knee connection, do it. Find that first, and then everything else will start to roll into play. So tuck your chin, round your shoulders, find that little bit of an uncomfortable breathing situation. It's supposed to be a little bit uncomfortable. And then gently release, straighten it out, come all the way up, pivot through center, back to the top of your mat. Heels in one line, but just kind of like they're on a piece on either side of that line. Breathe in, stretch up. Just a little different entrance. Exhale, tuck your chin, round your shoulders. So right away, rounded, like you're rolling up a sleeping bag to fit inside one of those bags that came in. It never fits back. But you can most certainly fit in this position. So tuck your chin, round your shoulders, squeeze it. Right, you can bend your knee. And then oftentimes it makes it much easier to get your forehead to your knee. There's a couple of reasons why this posture is designed the way it is. One of them is the chin to your chest is creating a throat choke sensation. One that's forcing you to be a lot more conscious on your breath, because the second that you stop thinking about your breath is the moment you come out of the present moment. What it also does is help to stimulate your thyroid and your parathyroid, so working to regulate your metabolism and balance the hormones in your body. Thank you, body, for being so magical and wonderful that we can actually physically manipulate our bodies into pumping more of the necessary hormones and more of the necessary minerals and functioning of our body to get it to thrive better. That's what's amazing about this practice, is that preventative medicine. Slowly back out, bring your chin off your chest, lengthen, come all the way up, inhale. Exhale, pivot to the center, release your arms, stand tall. Let's take a turn to the top of your mat. Stand up tall, we're gonna take tree, little half lotus variation. So with your left leg strong, pick up your right leg. Take your right pinky edge side of your foot into your left hip crease and let your right leg fall open. So this way you kind of have a view of what it's supposed to look like. Left hand grabs on with an underhanded grip, right hand to the center of your chest, stand up tall. A little bit, push your hips forward, squeeze your glutes, relax your shoulders. If this feels comfortable and you want to keep adding on, you may even be able to bring your left hand to the center of your chest. Couple of things when it comes to bringing your hands to the center of your chest. It's not an end all be all, 1. 2, some days you might be able to and other days you might not. Couple of things you want to bear in mind, that if you start to let go of your right foot and it starts to slide immediately down your leg, no problem, just hold on to it. Use the strength of your left arm to create some space in your right hip. No problem with that. And then the other thing to be aware of is to notice if, as you do start to let go, that you bend at the knee or push your hips back in order to keep your foot propped up there, right? None of this my teachers would call duck butt. I always thought that was so funny. But the goal is to basically push your hips a little bit forward to initiate more stretch. If there's any tenderness in the knee, lift it up. If there's injury in the knee, place the sole of your foot either on your inner thigh or on the inside of your ankle or calf muscle, never on the knee joint itself. Just a few moments to let the hips open, right? We're not in a rush or hurry. If you want to take it one step further, we're going to set up for toe stand. Hands come to the center of your chest as long as your foot stays above the knee, fold forward from your waist. Take your time, reach forward. This might feel like enough. It feels like an amazing stretch. But if you want more, walk your hands forward. If your fingertips don't touch, just let it hang. Right? Gravity's going to do a lot of this work for you. So if your fingertips touch, walk your hands forward. You're wanting more. Rock forward into your toes, bend at your knee, and then walk your hands back so your hips meet your heel. They're floating off your heel. So just bear in mind there's a little bit of balance, right? Left hand to the center of your chest, then your right. Stretch up nice and tall, up and out of your waist. Use your abdominals, lengthen your breath, relax your shoulders, and find your moment. Eventually, you'll be able to look straight out in front of you and hold your gaze. When you're ready to reverse out, release your hands back to the floor. Press your fingertips to lift your hips. Forward bending tree. Come all the way up, stand up tree, and then release your foot and stand tall. If you fell out or emergency exited out, good work. Right leg strong, left leg up. Let's do it on the other side. So same kind of work here. Underhanded grip with the right foot. Pinky edge side, knife edge side of your left foot comes to your right hip crease and really work it up and in there. Again, be mindful of the tenderness of your left leg or knee rather, right? Aching in the body is often a good sign, but sharp shooting pain is usually a sign to back off. So you really only know that cue. Listen to those cues and just settle in. A little bit, push your hips forward, squeeze your glutes. Stand up as tall as you can. Left and then, left hand to the center of your chest and then maybe your right. You might have one leg that can hang on, one leg that can't, no problem. Squeeze your glutes forward, keep your chest lifted, and see if you can even notice your shoulders. So you may have a grip on your foot or not, but relax your shoulders, stand up tall, little bit squeeze your glutes forward. And then if you're taking it into toe stand, hands come to the center of your chest. As long as the foot's above your knee, hinge from your waist and fold forward. Again, this might feel like enough, this kind of forward folded half lotus position. If you want more, walk your hands forward. Let's take it to toe. Shift your body's weight into your right leg, pick up your right heel, bend at your right knee, and slowly walk your hips back towards your heel. Walk your hands on either side of your body, press through your fingertips to lift up and out of your waist. One hand at a time, left and right, to the center of your chest. Slowly start to find your balance. Stay strong, relax your shoulders. Stay with your breath. And then when you're ready to come out, back out, or emergency exit out, come all the way back to the top. Release your foot, stand tall, and let it go. You know, some days the only way out is an emergency exit. It's okay. All right, we're gonna come all the way down to the floor. Sit. So we're gonna keep working that external rotation of the hips and play with a few exercises that will help us release the low back, release the outsides of your hips. If lotus is ever something that you want to do, it will definitely help to get to lotus. Just bear in mind, like, not everybody's anatomy is created to do lotus. So even if that's not one of your goals, this space that you're creating will free up a lot of tension through your low back and your hips and your knees. So use it as a tool, right? So we're just going to start with a very similar thing that we just did, and we'll do a half lotus variation of this too. So option one is to bring this pinky edge, knife edge side of your foot into your left hip crease. One more time. You'll straighten out the right leg and sit up really, really tall, like as tall as you possibly can. Square your hips, your shoulders to the top of your mat, and lengthen up. Take your right hand behind your back, reach for your right toes. Now, if it doesn't clasp today, no problem, just hand behind your back is totally fine. You may find that when you lean forward, you have a much easier grip to the right big toe, but just play with it a little bit. So you can use that opposite hand to find your grip, then work to square your shoulders, fold forward over your left leg. If this doesn't feel quite right, you can take the foot out more on a figure four shape. Keep the hand behind your back. You'll still be able to open up your shoulder and then fold forward from there. So whether you're in a half lotus or a figure four shape, fold forward over your right leg. Lengthen from the top of your head, shoulders to the top of your mat. Find some space. Good, back it all the way out. Keep the right leg on top. We're gonna keep moving with that right leg and then pick it up. Take your left elbow crease and the sole of your foot meet. And then right elbow crease and your right knee come together. And then maybe you can just take an interlace grip and rock from side to side, just a little rock the baby kind of action. This doesn't feel right. You can, right. If this doesn't feel correct for your body, you can always kind of take a your forklifting action with your elbows kind of pointing down. So whatever feels right, but whatever you choose, sit up taller. Yeah, because naturally we just kind of like round. So find that little bit of space, sit up nice and tall. All right, and then nice and slow. One more on this right side. You can release the right foot, and you'll take your middle and index finger of your left hand and grab on to your right big toe. Just a nice little grip in between the big and the second toe. And then same thing on your right. This time the right hand grabs your left big toe for archer. So you'll pull the left elbow back, and one day your thumb, you'll pull your left hand back, so the elbow points back and up, and left leg is nice and strong as you reach your right arm across your body. So pull with your left hand, flex your left toes, a little space through the shoulders, space through your hips, and then nice and slow release. Sit up tall, and you'll just switch sides. So right leg stretches out nice and long, left foot comes to your hip crease on the right. Take a moment to settle yourself in, sit up really tall. Again, you got that figure 4 option, so the left foot can come much more forward as long as it's not putting pressure on the knee. Right leg is strong, foot flex. Reach with your left hand behind your back, maybe for your big toe, maybe not today. Square your shoulders. Whew, such a good shoulder opener. And then fold forward over your legs. Stretch from the top of your head forward. Find your length, find your breath. Gently back out. Let's do it on the left. So pick up your left foot, take your right elbow crease to the sole of your left foot, and your left elbow crease to your left knee. Sit up nice and tall and rock or sway. Again, you can take that underhanded kind of forklift style grip if that feels more comfortable, and just cut some kind of like little bits of rock or movement just to kind of loosen things up a little bit. All right, let's do this archer on this side. So right hand with your middle and index finger grabs onto your big toe on the left. Left hand grabs onto your big toe on the right. Take it in from the front side. And here we go. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, use your right arm, pull your right leg back, elbow up, straighten out your right leg, flex your foot, use the strength of your right hand to pull your left leg back. And gently release. Stretch your legs out nice and long. Take a big in. And then a big breath out. Okay, lay back. Wind removing. Let's lay straight back. We're going to move through the rest of these postures at a little bit of a clip so we can get you done, but also need your shoulder. Relax your shoulders away. Squeeze in tight, 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 tight. And release your right leg. Left leg goes up. Same thing. In a grip. Grab on, shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze and tight. Impact as you possibly can. Squeeze in. 3, 2, and 1. Release your legs. Bring your arms over your head. We'll do a quick sit up. Flex your feet. Legs are strong. Do your best to keep your feet down. Inhale, a big breath. Go, sit up. All the way up. Give yourself a double exhale. Forehead to your knees. Turn around, lie down on your stomach. We'll hop right into the spine strengthening series. Hands underneath your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows in. Zip your legs together. With your elbows in nice and strong, chin forward on the mat. Then peel your chest off the floor, cobra. Inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze your elbows in, contract your quads, squeeze your glutes, find your strength. Take an inhale. On your exhale, float your hands off the mat. So see if you can keep your chest lifted without the strength of your arms. Peel your chest up. Focus on your breath. Find your legs. Inhale. Exhale, float your legs off the mat. Squeeze your glutes. Now stretch from the top of your head to your toes. Find your breath. Lengthen and reach. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Get as long as you possibly can. Fingertip to toe tip. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Release. Make a pillow with your hands. Look over your right shoulder. Let's do that again. Hands under your shoulders. Zip your legs together. Squeeze your glutes. Inhale, peel up. Halfway lift. Cobra. Everything from the strength of your low back. Glutes tight. Legs strong. Inhale. Exhale. Hands lift. Float them. Squeeze your elbows in. Keep squeezing back. Breathe in again. Find your legs. Exhale, lift. Float them off the mat. Stretch from the top of your head. Stretch through your toes. Reach your arms overhead. Hold. Big breath. You're here for 5. Focus. 4, 3, 2, release. Look over your left shoulder. You can make a little pillow with your hands. Big breath in. Big breath out. This time bend at your knees, reach your arms back, but we're going to take a little different variation today. So a little more strength induced. So you'll reach your arms back like you could grab onto your feet, but don't actually grab them. It's an illusion. We're going to do so much work. It's so good though. So here we go. We'll reach back. Point your toes up. Think about your legs. You're going to work to lift your upper and lower body simultaneously. So big breath in. Lift everything off the floor. Arms, head, chest, legs. Go. Lift. Reach to your fingertips. Lift your quads off the floor. Lift, 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 lift. Hold. 10. Yes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep lifting. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it. Look over your right shoulder. Take a breath. Look to your left. Good. Come all the way up. Stand up on your knees. Open up your knees and your feet. We're going to take one more back bend. We're going to take a camel. So knees and feet open. Heel of your palms on the bottom of your rib cage. Fingers point down. It's one camel, so give it your best. Have a little bit of fun with it. Your favorite depth of back bend. Breathe in, lift your chest. Exhale, go back. So go back halfway, part way. Grab for your heels or don't. But have a little bit of fun. Happy Friday. When you're ready, come out. Hands on the small of your back. Let your hips sink to your heels. Nice big breaths. Put your hands on your knees. Round your shoulders forward just to reverse your backward bend. Good. And then come sitting all the way up. Take your feet out to the right or to the left and take your right foot out, left foot in. Pivot over your right leg, grab onto lift your arms over your head, pivot to the right, grab onto your right foot. So if you need to bend your knee, bend it. Breathe in to lift your chest. On your exhale, tuck your chin, round your shoulders, touch your forehead to your knee. Change, inhale, come up. Switch sides, left leg out, right leg in. Pivot over your left leg, grab onto your left foot. Again, if you need to bend the knee a little or a lot, grab onto your grip. Lengthen up through your chest, tuck your chin, round your shoulders, touch your forehead to your knee. If you need to bend it, and you'll just nice and slow start to let your left heel go forward. Keep your chin in nice and close. Touch your forehead to your knee. Inhale nice and slow, bring it up. Stretch your legs all the way out. Okay. I'm not going to do another sit-up here. We're going to take one more forward fold. So walk your heels forward, pull your toes back, reach for your big toes, breathe in, lift your chest, exhale, fold forward. Right away, lengthen from the top of your head forward. So if you can't quite grab your feet, you can bend the knees. Work to get your legs nice and straight, lift your chest, press yourself forward. Eventually, you might be able to keep your legs straight and your upper body straight, and then fold yourself like a sandwich. Reach for your forehead to your toes. Good, gently back out. Sit up nice and tall. So we're gonna revisit that half lotus and give you the option to maybe take a fuller variation of lotus. So I'm gonna go a little bit on a diagonal. I'll just go front ways. I think that probably works. So we'll start right foot in your left hip crease. If ever it feels like too much, just don't keep going. Pause, stretch where you're at. We're gonna finish this off real quick. Left option comes up and over. This might feel like enough, okay? And then just sit up tall. You can even lean a little bit forward. If you want just one last little finishing posture, you'll plant your palms. A little bit rock back. And they're a little bit forward in front of your hips. So take a big breath in, plant your palms, inhale. On your exhale, press through your palms, lift your hips up and off the floor. So think about lifting from your low abs, just a little lift and a hold. If you're not in lotus, but you want to try this, uncross. Right, it's fine. You can still keep that little bit of a lift and a nice little cross. You might push down, in this case, to your left foot, and you can float your hips off the floor, but still keep the feet. You can even lift the feet, okay? So whether you're in lotus or not, and then when you're ready, just release it to the floor. Sit up nice and tall. You can uncross out of lotus or stay as we finish our breathing exercise. It's up to you. We'll finish our breathing exercise, our practice rather, with Kapalabhati. And so sit up nice and tall, lift your chest. Take a big breath in, fill up. And then let a big start to begin by snapping the abdominals. Force the air up and out of your nose. So it's a snap of the abdominals, forcing the air out of your nose, which is the more traditional way. You'll press out, 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 out. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. You can uncross the feet. We're going to take a quick twist just to finish things off. Take your left hand behind your back, right hand on the outside of your left leg. Breathe in, lift your chest. On your exhale, look over your left shoulder. Bring it out. Come back through center. Just gentle twist. Right hand behind your back, left hand on the outside of your right back. Breathe in, stretch up. Exhale, turn and twist. Come back through center. And then turn around and lie down on your back. Take some rest. Take a moment to close your eyes and settle into your practice. Let these final few moments of your practice relax you and set you up for the rest of your day and your weekend, and preparing you for whatever else you have. But just give yourself a moment. You know, sometimes 1 minute feels like the perfect amount of time. And oftentimes we definitely have like one single minute. So give yourself 1 minute of your undivided attention, gratitude and love, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you all so much for your energy and your effort. It is always my privilege and always my pleasure to guide you through practice. As always, if there's questions, let me know. Tomorrow in the park, 8 a.m. instead of 10 a.m. to our YouTube channel. So only on participating in the peaceful protest and march on Saturday at 10, you'll have plenty of time to be able to do your yoga practice and then join in. So again, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., hopefully in person, if not live. Happy Friday. Namaste.